I say anything else, I want you to take a deep breath and understand this. You are not here by accident. You didn't click this video by mistake. There's a reason your soul brought you here. There's something in you buried under fear, under pain, under doubt that's trying to rise again. And maybe, just maybe, today is the day you finally decide to fix it. Not because the world needs a perfect version of you, but because you deserve to meet the version of yourself you were always meant to be. See, we live in a world where everybody's trying to fix something, fix the system, fix other people, fix what's broken on the outside. But the truth is, nothing truly changes until you change. Your life doesn't move until you move. And your healing, your breakthrough, your peace, it doesn't start out there, it starts in here, deep inside. Now, I'm not here to entertain you, I'm here to tell you something real. This isn't just a speech, it's a wake-up call. A conversation between your future and your present. And that voice you hear in the back of your mind, the one telling you, I can't live like this anymore, that voice is right. It's time. Time to stop hiding, time to stop settling, time to stop making excuses. You don't need more time, you need more truth. So listen carefully, with your heart, with your spirit, because by the end of this, you're gonna feel something shift. Not because of me, but because of the power that lives inside of you. God didn't make you to be broken forever, He made you to rise. And today, it starts with fixing yourself. The first step to fixing yourself is taking full responsibility for your life. Not partial, not halfway, but full ownership of who you are, and where you're going. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to say, my parents didn't raise me right, or life dealt me a bad hand. But let me ask you this. How long are you going to let your past dictate your future? At some point, you have to stop telling your story like a victim and start writing it like a warrior, because nobody's coming to save you. The moment you accept that is the moment you unlock your power. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that happened to you. It means owning how you respond to it. It means looking at your choices, your habits, your mindset, and asking, what part of this did I allow? Because what you allow will continue. If you keep tolerating your own excuses, you're gonna stay stuck in the same cycle year after year, wondering why nothing's changing. But when you take ownership, you stop waiting. You start working, you stop complaining, you start creating, you stop begging for better days, and you begin becoming the person who attracts them. It takes courage to be honest with yourself, to look in the mirror and say, I'm not who I could be, but I'm done pretending I'm powerless. That's when real growth begins. That's when transformation starts. When you stop blaming people, the economy, your past, and even God, and say, this is my life, these are my choices, and I'm going to own every single one of them from now on. Because you can't fix what you won't face, and you can't face what you keep running from. You can't grow if you keep lying to yourself. Identifying your weaknesses is not about self-shaming, it's about self-honesty. It's about stepping away from the ego, taking off the mask and saying, this is where I fall short. Because you can't heal what you're too proud to admit. Weakness isn't failure. Weakness is a signal. It shows you where the work needs to be done. The dangerous thing isn't having a weakness, it's pretending you don't. See, most people spend their lives polishing the surface while their foundation is cracked. They're working on their image but ignoring their character. But the cracks always show. Sooner or later, what you refuse to fix will sabotage everything you've built. You've got to look at your life like a house. If the roof is leaking, ignoring it won't keep the rain out. If the foundation is unsteady, painting the walls won't keep it standing. And your life works the same way. Maybe it's your anger, maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's insecurity, whatever it is, call it out. Be bold enough to say, this is what's holding me back, and then start working on it like your future depends on it. Because it does. The truth is, your weakness is not your enemy. Denial is. Because the more you pretend something isn't a problem, the more power it has over you. But the moment you confront it, the moment you face it head on, you begin to take that power back. Don't wait for life to expose what you're unwilling to fix. Be the one who exposes it to yourself. Be the one who says, I see it, I don't like it, but I'm willing to work through it. Because when you identify your weaknesses with honesty, you unlock your potential with humility. We live in the noisiest generation in history. From the moment you wake up, your mind is hit with voices scrolling through your phone, listening to opinions, watching highlights of other people's lives. But here's the truth, most of what you consume isn't feeding your growth, it's distracting you from it. When your mind is constantly filled with noise, you can't hear yourself think. And more importantly, you can't hear what God is trying to tell you. That inner voice, the one calling you to change, to grow, to rise. It gets drowned out by likes, trends, gossip, and chaos. You've got to cut the noise if you want to fix yourself. Silence isn't emptiness. Silence is clarity. It's in the quiet that you find your real thoughts, your real fears, and your real purpose. That's why distractions are so dangerous. They're not just stealing your time, they're stealing your attention, your focus, your awareness of what really matters. Some of the most broken people you'll ever meet are also the most distracted, because distraction gives them an excuse to avoid dealing with themselves. But healing requires presence. Growth requires attention. You can't change your life if your mind is always somewhere else. You've got to be bold enough to unplug. Turn off the noise. Let go of the people who drain your energy. Step away from the things that keep numbing your soul. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be where your spirit is trying to speak. And once you get quiet, once you really sit with yourself, you'll be amazed at what you start to hear. Truth, direction, but most importantly, you'll hear the sound of your potential knocking, waiting for you to answer and become who you were always meant to be. Your habits are either building you or breaking you. And the truth is, most people don't even realize how much of their life is being dictated by the choices they repeat every single day. You want to fix yourself? Start by fixing your habits. Because your future isn't shaped by what you do once in a while, it's shaped by what you do consistently. If you wake up late, speak negatively, avoid discomfort, and waste time scrolling through distractions, don't expect transformation. What you do daily becomes who you are permanently. The strongest version of you is not built in dramatic moments, but in quiet decisions, when no one's watching, when no applause is coming, when it's just you and discipline. You've got to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be, and are my habits taking me there or pulling me away? If you want to grow, build habits that align with growth. That means reading when others are sleeping. That means working on your body, your mind, your faith, even when it feels hard. That means choosing the uncomfortable action over the comfortable excuse. Because greatness doesn't come from motivation, it comes from structure. Discipline is love in action, love for your future self. People talk about goals like they're magic, but goals mean nothing without habits that back them up. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if your systems are weak, your life will reflect that weakness. But if your systems are solid, even on your worst days, you'll still move forward. That's the power of consistent habits. They carry you when your emotions can't. They keep you rooted when the storms of life hit. And they make sure you keep showing up long after the hype is gone. You cannot fix yourself if you keep running from pain. Pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every scar, every heartbreak, every disappointment you've ever faced carries a lesson. But most people are too busy avoiding pain to receive the wisdom that comes with it. We live in a world that tells you to numb it, to distract yourself, to pretend everything's fine. But healing doesn't come through avoidance. It comes when you sit with your pain, look it in the eye, and ask, what are you here to teach me? Because pain doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to reveal you. It uncovers the cracks in your character, the flaws in your thinking, the holes in your heart that need attention. Some of the most powerful breakthroughs in life come on the other side of your deepest wounds. But if you keep covering them up, keep acting like they don't exist, you miss the transformation they were meant to bring. You've got to stop hiding from the parts of you that still hurt. Stop pretending you're over things that you've never even faced. Emotional pain, spiritual pain, even physical pain, they all have a message. The question is, are you brave enough to listen? Are you willing to let pain refine you instead of define you? Every setback you've ever had has the potential to become a setup for something greater if you let it shape you. But that requires courage. It requires stepping into discomfort, leaning into the ache, and trusting that God didn't bring you this far to leave you broken. He's molding you through it. He's stretching you through it. He's calling something deeper out of you. And the more willing you are to go through the pain, the more powerful you become on the other side of it. If you want to fix yourself, you've got to start taking full responsibility for your life. Not partial, not convenient, but full responsibility. That means no more blaming your past, no more pointing fingers, no more waiting for someone else to come and save you. Nobody owes you anything. Not life, not the world, not even the people who hurt you. The moment you accept that is the moment you step into real power. Because responsibility isn't a burden, it's a doorway. When you take responsibility, you take control. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and you start becoming the author of your story. You stop reacting and start creating. A lot of people confuse fault with responsibility. Just because something wasn't your fault doesn't mean it's not your responsibility to heal from it, to grow through it, and to rise above it. Maybe your childhood was broken, maybe someone betrayed you, maybe life didn't go the way you planned, but carrying resentment won't change the outcome. Only your actions will. And when you carry the weight of your future like it's your mission, everything begins to shift. Your mindset sharpens, your choices become intentional, your vision becomes clear. You've got to wake up every day and own your decisions, own your habits, own your attitude. Own the way you treat others, the way you talk to yourself, the way you show up when life gets hard. Because the moment you start saying, I am where I am because of what I chose, is the moment you also realize I can go anywhere from here by choosing something better. That's freedom. That's how change begins. Not about waiting for a miracle. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't need one to move forward. So if you've been searching for a sign to turn it all around, this is it. Fixing yourself doesn't mean chasing perfection. It means fighting every day to become better than you were yesterday. It means silencing the noise, breaking the cycles, changing the habits, facing the pain, and owning your story. No more waiting, no more blaming, no more hiding behind excuses. The change you want, the life you dream of, the peace you crave, it all starts with you. You've got to be willing to do the inner work, to sit in the silence, to face the truth, and to rise up every time you fall. Because healing is not a straight line. Growth is not always loud, and transformation is not always pretty. But it's always worth it. Don't let the world tell you who you are. Don't let your past hold you captive. Don't let fear be the loudest voice in the room. You were created for more. There's greatness in you, there's purpose in your pain, and there's power in your decision to change. So make that decision today. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. The journey to fix yourself is not easy, but it's the most important journey you'll ever take. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for listening, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Keep going, keep fighting, and remember, your future self is already cheering you on. God bless you.